list of the Chief Justices of the Republic from way back during the 1880s or 1800s. I undertook my own exercise, but I commenced from 1910 to 2021, and I came up with 21 Chief Justices, all of whom were men. But one thing which might be of interest to you is that Stratford CJ was a Chief Justice for only a year, 1938 to 1939. But that was at a time when the Minister of Justice could pick up his phone and say, I'll be recommending you to be appointed as a Chief Justice to the President or State President. Then could we go to page 52 of book 1 of 1? Paragraph 16.
Is that paginated 52?
Yes, paginated 52, Acting Chief Justice.
Yes.
Where you deal with the subject of women in leadership position in the judiciary.
Yes.
And the proposition that I want to put to you is that if one takes that ideal to its logical conclusion, it must therefore mean that women must be given the same opportunities as men so that they too can reach the pinnacle in their judicial careers.
Obviously.
You have already been asked about the delays in the delivery of judgments in the Constitutional Court. And I will not broach that subject again. All what now remains is for me to inquire from you as to whether you have anything else you would wish to say that in your view might be of assistance to us during the course of our deliberations.
Thank you, Chairperson. I think that all I would like is to thank each and every one of you for this interview. I believe that we have exhausted issues. I don't think that there is really anything further that I would like to say. We have discussed the whole day. It's something to 9 o'clock, 10 to 9 o'clock. You have got my documentation in front of you. I just want to thank you for this opportunity. Thank you very much. I may say on a lighter note, that whatever happens, this is the last time I appear before this commission as a candidate. I will never appear again. So, Commissioner Malema will never get a chance to ask me questions again. But on a serious note, I really thank each and every one of you, and thank you, Chairperson. Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Acting Chief Justice, and my apologies to you that it has taken us until now to conclude today's session. According to our schedule, we should have been done by 4 o'clock this afternoon.
Yes.
I thank you most sincerely for availing yourself and for your answers, or candid answers to the questions that were put to you by the members of the commission, which will no doubt be taken into consideration during our deliberations. So you are now excused, Acting Chief Justice. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Chair. Thank you very much, Commissioners. Thank you.
Members of the commission, just some housekeeping notices. There's a letter which was addressed to the Secretariat this morning for my attention. I'm not sure whether you have been furnished with a copy of that letter, because I had asked Mr. Chelwana to make a copy for each one of us. It's from Professor Helen Cruz from Rhodes University. Who says she writes in her capacity as a member of the legal profession. She has been watching the proceedings since Monday with keen interest and with concern. Much has been reported in the media. I'm particularly concerned with the sexist nature of the questions posed to President Maya and the unsubstantiated sexual harassment questions posed to Judge President Mlambo. Whilst I believe the sexual harassment questions were struck from the record, I believe that the damage has already been done. Given these questions, which I believe to be unfair, I would ask that the chair consider starting the proceedings de novo, which is afresh, with an admonition that commissioners treat the candidates fairly and or implicated commissioners are to step down. I believe that should the current proceedings be allowed to continue, the commission's work could be set aside by a court of law on application by concerned parties.
Sorry, Chairperson, is this been read in public?
May I make a proposition
Yeah.
that we refer the letter to the litigation
Yeah,
committee?
ordinarily those letters
Sorry,
come to
can I-
me
can
and
I
I deal
finish?
with them accordingly.
Yes. Yes, yeah, most unfortunately,
Yes,
I didn't realize that they were still in attendance.
yeah, well, in view of all that, President, let's refer the matter to the litigation committee headed by Madonsela for, his views that will be shared in a closed meeting sometime during the day. So we'll then discuss it accordingly. Thanks.
Sorry, Chair. Sorry, Chair.
The damage is done already. I mean,
Chair, sorry, we don't have a procedure where when we're conducting interviews, people simply write to us. And this letter constitute what I simply call vocal silence. In the sense that it just speaks in broad terms and in any...
Just give me a moment, Commissioner.
So the long and
sorry
short...
for that.
Okay, thank you. The long and short of my point is that whilst Commissioner Kaba seeks to suggest that we must send a letter to Commissioner Maton, there's no need, there's no such a thing. There is no way that when we conduct the proceedings, somebody simply write a letter.
yeah.
And if anyone, as it is usual, is not happy with the proceedings, we'll deal with them in the particular fashion. So we don't have a process where people are writing. For instance, we've been abused the whole week here by the retired Justice Krichler, who is keeping on insulting commissioners and all those things. If we go on, we go and respond, and many people and some of the wrong reporting about the question, I mean the proceeding. So the long and the short, Chair, let's ignore that letter, and then we meet tomorrow. We proceed with the business.
Can we
Thank you.
just,
Okay. Thank you, Commissioner Nokesi.
can we just do this in camera, please?
Commissioner Nyambi.
Chair, what has happened now, because the letter already has been read, I suggest that let's announce the starting time tomorrow, and then we'll have ample time to do justice when doing deliberations. It will be unfortunate now being tired and engaging in such letters. It's unprecedented. So my concrete proposal is that let's agree about the starting time tomorrow, and then we'll have ample time for people to express their views. That's my proposal, Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner Nyambi. Professor Schlemmer, did you want to say something?
I would like to concur with Commissioner Nyambi.
No, Chair.
Thank you. Commissioner Boff?
Yes. No, Chairperson, I have a different view on the matter. I do agree that it must also be discussed tomorrow. But once something like this has now been aired in the public, it's all very well. Something must happen either from the chair or from the House, that it must also be expunged. Because some of us, those who are referred to in that letter directly or indirectly, have been abused, as Commissioner Nikes is saying, for the whole week by all sorts of people, maybe to be polite. And even I was saying this morning to other commissioners, one had to be restrained because of the public nature of these proceedings. That even yesterday when a ruling was made without giving us an opportunity to talk, but would raise all those things in the deliberations, just out of discipline. So I don't know, Chair, how you're going to deal with this, we accept that it was a bona fide mistake, but, we can't just be abused freely, and then we say, no, let's go and sleep, when we've already been abused in the public. It must be made clear that, we are also human. There's so much we can take.
Chair.
Well, I propose that, the content of that letter was not meant for public consumption. So it should be expunged from the record. And we should adjourn at this stage. We previously agreed that we would meet at 8, but we have had a long day today. So shall we then revert to 9 o'clock in the morning?
Yes.
Then we can possible, prepare our short agenda for the meeting tomorrow, and after which we'll then deliberate.
Thank you, Chair.
9 o'clock tomorrow morning?